Yeah, I guess in theory, based on how these elements are processed once they are consumed by the cow, in theory, the hydroxy trace minerals would be more bioavailable than the sulfates, just because they are not prone to negative associative effects with other metals or compounds in the rumen, such as, I guess the best example would be copper, sulfur, molybdenum, yeah? So in theory, they would be more bioavailable. We did not measure that, okay? We have not measured bioavailability, although we have measured concentrations of copper, manganese, and zinc in serum and in liver, and I did not show those data because we're just finishing that. So is it possible that we had greater intestinal uptake of those trace minerals and improve body storage of those trace minerals? And they play a role as metals in multiple reactions, including components of superoxide dismutase, antioxidant defense, etc., etc. That's a possibility. So if I think of my simplistic approach, I would say we had less clinical disease, and we know that disease has a heavy burden on a cow, and disease suppresses appetite, although we did not see differences in dry matter intake, but disease also alters how nutrients are used. So we saw an increase in aptoglobin that reflects this increased inflammatory response in early lactation. So it's possible that because we had more retained placenta, numerically more metritis, we had more morbidity, more nutrients were used to counteract the effects of disease, as opposed to be partitioned towards production performance. So that's one component. I think that's probably the biggest component. The other one, I showed you earlier that there is a 1.5 percentage points increase in NDF digestion in the rumen. It's a small increase. Yes, NDF digestion in the total tract, I'm sorry, it's a small increase, but it's possible that the increase in the rumen is greater than that. So although this would contribute to some additional energy and microbial protein production, this may contribute to slightly a component of that increment in energy corrected milk. So in my view, the combination of reduced disease with perhaps improved digestibility would explain the changes in production without a significant increase in dry matter intake in those cows.